Did you know that an estimated 40% of Americans over 60 are making a vitamin D mistake that could quietly cost them tens of thousands of dollars in healthcare expenses over their lifetime? We're not talking about a simple oversight. This is a systemic misunderstanding of what adequate vitamin D truly means for your health, mobility, and longevity as you age. Many believe they're getting enough, either from diet or casual sun exposure, but the research paints a very different picture for older adults. This isn't just about bones. It's about muscle strength, immune function, and even cognitive sharpness. The stakes are incredibly high, and the financial burden of preventable falls or chronic conditions linked to deficiency can quickly add up. So, what exactly is this critical, costly mistake, and how can you avoid it? We're diving into the science right now. For those over 60, vitamin D isn't just a nutrient. It's a cornerstone of healthy aging. Research from institutions like the National Institutes of Health continually highlights its multifaceted role. Beyond bone health, where it facilitates calcium absorption to prevent osteoporosis and reduce fracture risk, vitamin D is crucial for maintaining muscle strength, which directly impacts your balance and mobility. Consider this. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that adequate vitamin D levels were associated with a significant reduction in fall risk among older adults. Falls, as you know, can lead to debilitating injuries and massive medical bills. Furthermore, vitamin D supports your immune system, helping your body fight off infections. But here's the crucial part. What constitutes adequate changes as we age? And simply relying on younger adult guidelines is where many go wrong. So, what does the latest research specifically tell us about vitamin D for Americans over 60? The consensus from leading medical bodies, including the Endocrine Society, suggests that maintaining a blood level of 25-hydroxyvitamin D, often written as 25 OHD, at or above 30 nanograms per milliliter, is optimal for most older adults. This is a key number to remember. Levels below 20 nanograms per milliliter are considered deficient, and unfortunately, many seniors fall into this category. Studies show that achieving these optimal levels can significantly reduce the risk of fractures by up to 20% and lower the incidence of certain autoimmune conditions. But here's the catch. Achieving this level often requires more than you might think, especially if you're not getting specific dietary sources or consistent, direct sun exposure. And that brings us to the biggest misconception. One of the most pervasive myths about vitamin D is that casual sun exposure is sufficient, especially for older adults. While sunlight is indeed a primary source of vitamin D, the reality for those over 60 is far more complex. As we age, our skin's ability to synthesize vitamin D from sunlight diminishes significantly. A 70-year-old, for example, produces about 75% less vitamin D from the same sun exposure compared to a 20-year-old. Add to this the increased use of sunscreen, protective clothing, and less time spent outdoors due to various factors, and relying solely on the sun becomes highly unreliable. Even just 15 to 20 minutes of midday sun exposure several times a week, a common recommendation, might not be enough to reach optimal levels for many older individuals, particularly in northern states. This is a critical point often overlooked, leading directly to widespread deficiency. But if not the sun, then what? If sunlight isn't reliably enough, can diet fill the gap for vitamin D after 60? While some foods naturally contain vitamin D, or are fortified with it, reaching optimal levels through diet alone can be challenging. Fatty fish like salmon, mackerel, and tuna are excellent sources. For instance, a 3.5-ounce serving of cooked salmon can provide around 400 to 600 international units, or IUs, of vitamin D. Fortified foods such as milk, certain cereals, and orange juice also contribute, typically offering about 100 to 120 IUs per serving. While these are beneficial, consider this. Many experts recommend 800 to 2000 IUs daily for older adults to maintain optimal blood levels. To hit 1000 IUs, you'd need to eat roughly 2 servings of salmon or drink 8 glasses of fortified milk every single day, which is simply not feasible for most. This highlights why diet alone often falls short, leading us to consider another crucial strategy: Before considering any supplementation, the single most important step for anyone over 60 is to get your vitamin D levels tested. This is the only way to truly know your baseline and understand your specific needs. Your doctor can order a simple blood test for 25-hydroxyvitamin D or 25-OH-D. This test will give you a clear number, often expressed in Ing/ml, allowing you to compare it against the recommended optimal range of 30 nanograms per milliliter or higher. Without this baseline, you're essentially guessing, and guessing with your health can be a costly mistake. If your levels are below 20 nanograms per milliliter, you are deficient and immediate action is needed. If they are between 20 to 30 nanograms per milliliter, you are insufficient and likely need to increase your intake. Don't skip this crucial step. It's the foundation of a personalized and effective vitamin D strategy. But once you have your numbers, what's next? Once you know your baseline vitamin D level, you can work with your doctor to determine the right dosage. For many older adults, a daily supplement is the most reliable way to reach and maintain optimal levels. The National Osteoporosis Foundation, for example, recommends 800-1000 IUs of vitamin D3 daily for adults over 50. However, if you are deficient, your doctor might recommend a much higher initial dose to quickly bring your levels up, sometimes 50,000 IUs once a week for 8 to 12 weeks, followed by a maintenance dose. It's crucial to use vitamin D3, cholecalciferol, as it's the more effective form for raising blood levels compared to D2. Remember, more isn't always better. Excessive vitamin D can also be harmful, though it's rare from supplements at typical recommended doses. This is why testing and medical guidance are paramount. But what happens if you don't take action? Ignoring vitamin D deficiency after 60 can lead to significant health consequences and substantial financial burdens. Let's look at a real example. A fall leading to a hip fracture can cost an average of $30,000 to $50,000 in medical expenses in the first year alone, not including long-term care or loss of independence. If your vitamin D deficiency contributes to a fall, that single event could be the $10,000 mistake, or even a $50,000 mistake we mentioned earlier. Beyond fractures, chronic muscle weakness and pain, impaired immune function leading to more frequent or severe infections, and even an increased risk of certain chronic diseases are all associated with low vitamin D. These conditions translate into more doctor visits, prescriptions, and potential hospital stays, rapidly draining your savings. It's an investment in your health that truly pays dividends. But what about potential interactions with other medications? When considering vitamin D supplementation, it's essential to be aware of potential interactions with other medications you might be taking. Certain drugs can interfere with vitamin D absorption or metabolism. For example, some anti-seizure medications, corticosteroids like prednisone, and weight loss drugs can reduce vitamin D levels. Conversely, high doses of vitamin D can sometimes interact with medications like digoxin, a heart medication, or certain diuretics, affecting calcium levels. This is another critical reason why discussing any supplementation plan with your doctor or pharmacist is non-negotiable. They can review your complete medication list and advise on the safest and most effective approach, adjusting dosages if necessary. This proactive step helps prevent unintended side effects and ensures your vitamin D strategy works synergistically with your overall health regimen. But what if you've already started supplementing? How do you know it's working? Once you begin vitamin D supplementation, it's important to monitor your progress. Your doctor will likely recommend a follow-up blood test for 25-OH-D levels typically after 3 to 6 months. This allows them to assess how well your chosen dosage is working to raise your levels into the optimal range and make any necessary adjustments. For example, if you started with 1,000 IUs daily and your levels are still only at 25 nanograms per milliliter, your doctor might increase your dosage to 2,000 IUs. Conversely, if your levels are very high, they might suggest a slight reduction. This iterative process ensures you maintain a safe and effective level, tailored to your unique physiology. Don't assume one dose fits all forever. Your needs can change over time due to diet, sun exposure, and other health factors. This ongoing monitoring is key to sustained benefit. But is there a right time of day to take your supplement? While there's no single best time of day to take vitamin D, there are strategies to maximize its absorption. Vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin, meaning it's best absorbed when taken with a meal containing some fat. This could be breakfast with eggs and avocado, lunch with olive oil in a salad, or dinner with a piece of fish. Taking it on an empty stomach might lead to less efficient absorption. Consistency is also key. Choose a time that you can reliably stick to every day, whether that's with your morning coffee or your evening meal. Making it a habit, perhaps alongside another daily medication or supplement, increases the likelihood you'll remember it. For example, if you take a multivitamin, consider taking your vitamin D at the same time. This simple adjustment can significantly improve how much of the supplement your body actually uses, making your effort more effective. But what about other nutrients that work with vitamin D? Vitamin D doesn't work in isolation. It has a powerful synergy with other nutrients, most notably calcium and vitamin K2. Calcium, as you know, is essential for bone strength, and vitamin D helps your body absorb it effectively from your diet. Without enough vitamin D, calcium simply can't do its job properly. But here's an often overlooked partnership: vitamin K2. Research suggests that K2 helps direct calcium to your bones and teeth, preventing it from accumulating in soft tissues like arteries, where it could cause problems. Many seniors might take calcium supplements but overlook K2, potentially missing out on a crucial piece of the bone health puzzle. Good sources of K2 include fermented foods like natto, some cheeses, and certain animal products. Discussing these synergistic nutrients with your doctor can help you create a comprehensive strategy for bone and overall health. So, what's the one thing to take away from all of this? The critical takeaway for vitamin D after 60 is this: don't guess your levels, test them. Working with your doctor to get a baseline and determine a personalized supplementation plan for vitamin D3 is the most impactful step you can take to protect your bones, enhance your mobility, and support your immune system, potentially saving you from significant health costs down the line. If you've ever wondered how to build a simple, effective daily routine to boost your energy and strength, watch our video on 5 morning habits for seniors that change everything next. Don't forget to subscribe for more insights into living your healthiest, most vibrant life.